Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of GIS Answers. Today what we'll be looking at is the top 10 features of ArcGIS Pro. If you enjoy the channel, please subscribe, and if you enjoy the video, please like the video. As I mentioned, today I'll be looking at my top 10 picks for the best features of ArcGIS Pro. If you have any suggestions of your own, please post down below. I'd like to hear everybody's ideas and what you think should be in the top 10. But these are just ones that I came up with off the top of my head, and we'll go through them. So ArcGIS Pro is an Esri desktop GIS package. It first began in 2015, 64-bit, and .NET platform. Replaces ArcMap, and there's different levels of licensing. If you're interested in a home license, you can access that for $100 a year, as well as a whole suite of Esri software for $100 a year for home use. And we have a video on that if you'd like to look up that video. So number 10, importing MXDs. So MXDs are map documents from ArcMap. So if you have previous work in the older versions of ArcMap, you can import these into ArcGIS Pro. So if you've made some work, you can bring that in. Number 9, options. So there's an options feature in ArcGIS Pro where you can configure the setup and the inner workings of the software. So you can control all kinds of configurations like saving and backups, and where certain projects saved, and all kinds of different controls. For example, zoom controls with the mouse, all kinds of stuff anyway. Number 8, 3D scenes. So within ArcGIS Pro, you can have a map layout, you can have a layout, but you can also have 3D scenes. And this is just quickly something that I brought in, and it's a 3D buildings for Rotterdam. And I quickly brought those in, and it ran on a fairly light laptop, not a high performance laptop at all. So it loaded in quite well, and it runs very well. So that's number 8, 3D scenes. Number 7, multiple maps and layouts. That should be. Obviously, there's layers, but it should say multiple maps and layouts. I apologize for that. So you can have multiple layouts in one project. Similar to what you could do in ArcView 3.0, 3.1, 3.2. In ArcMap, you could not have multiple layouts. So in ArcGIS Pro, you can. Number 6, project backups and saves. So you can schedule saves to occur within a period of time or a number of operations. And you can also set up project backups. So if you're working on a project and something happens, like if your computer fails or reboots, ArcGIS Pro will make a backup of your work. So when you open that project, it will ask you if you would like to load in the last backup. So that's quite a valuable feature. Number 5, a ribbon interface versus toolbars. So this is the map interface. So basically what you do when you click on various ribbons, you'd have a map, you'd have layout, edit, then you get a variety of buttons that appear, and it's well organized, so you don't have to go through and memorize all the toolbars and load up your screen with a load of toolbars. So that's something that I like. Number 4, publishing to ArcGIS Online. This seems to be really quite smooth. I found publishing layers and maps from ArcGIS Pro to ArcGIS Online seems to be quite smooth. I've had a lot of experience with features, published and posted features, less experience with tiles, but I have done some aerial photography that's worked, but it's not as much as the feature layers. So it's been quite a learning experience, but I find it very efficient. Number 3, fast base maps and ArcGIS Online layers. Yeah, so you can load in base maps into ArcGIS Pro. For example, here it's showing imagery hybrid, streets, topographic, navigation, streets at night. I like that one. And the dark gray canvas and the light gray canvas is base maps. And you can also add in data from ArcGIS Online, which is a whole wide range of data that you can add in that's open and free to use. Number two, editing hosted feature layers. So this has been quite efficient too. ArcGIS Pro, you can set up in ArcGIS Online to edit hosted feature layers in ArcGIS Pro. And you can have multi-user editing on a hosted feature service too. So that means you can have two or more editors working at the same time on a hosted feature layer in ArcGIS Online, and you could edit your editing and saving the whole time in ArcGIS Pro. And from my experience, it's been really efficient, very smooth. Smooth is a good word to describe the editing process. Very few issues that I've come across as far as editing, and that's thousands of features within a layer. And number one is easy upgrades. So the upgrading process for ArcGIS Pro is very simple. There's two options that you get. You can go in through the top right. There's a bell with the highlighted bell that you can click on. You can upgrade, or you can go through the project setup and go through this update download procedure. And it's automated and it's very smooth. And we've very rarely had any issues with these upgrades. Previously, with other versions of desktop ArcMap, it would be a very long-winded process, and you'd have to go about uninstalling and then downloading the software and then reinstalling ArcMap, and could be a long-winded process. But so far, with my experience with ArcGIS Pro, the upgrades have been quite smooth, and I'm quite happy with them. So that's it for the top 10. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please subscribe to the channel and like the video, and we'll see you again. Thanks for watching. Bye.